Before we get started, I would like to thank our directors and department heads here for joining me at the press conference today. I would also like to recognize Council President George Tibbet and Councilman Kaleem Shabazz. With that being said, I'm here to provide an update. As you know, the city has been active in updating the general public, the residents of Atlantic City, on what we've been doing to combat this COVID-19, aka coronavirus. Late last week, the city sent out a detailed press release on some of the recommendations from our health expert and the CDC on ways to prevent this national pandemic. We then since followed it up the very next day with an executive order considering the city of Atlantic City a disaster area, which Saturday evening I held an impromptu press conference on Facebook Live to address what that order means. As you know, this is an evolving situation. It's extremely fluid, and we have to continue to plan. We've been planning all weekend through emails, phone calls, text messages. This morning, I called an emergency directors meeting to inform all department heads of the city's plan. So, with that being said, the first step, we did this in steps, was to close City Hall to the public. Also, Wednesday's City Council meeting will not be available to the public. You can watch it on live stream at www.cityofatlanticcity.org. Go to governments and click on live stream. In addition to that, we have made the decision today that effective immediately, City Hall not only will be closed to the public, but all city employees will now work a 4-hour, 4-day work shift, meaning Monday through Thursday, effective tomorrow till April 20th to coincide with the return of schools. The city of Atlantic City will be open Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 12:30, and on Fridays, we will have time off. We did this to, number one, combat social gathering, and with the understanding that we still have a job to do. We still have to serve the citizenry of Atlantic City. And number two, we realized that a lot of our employees, A, are parents, B, are guardians, or C, people that take care of them and doesn't qualify for the parent or guardian title, to give them time to make the necessary arrangements to be home with those kids. And on Friday, we just want to encourage everyone to continue to stay home with their children, stay home with the family, and try to stay as safe as possible. We feel that that is very important. However, if this policy isn't good enough, we are prepared to go to the next level, which is work from home. The city of Atlantic City does not have a work home policy, but we believe that under the declaration and under the state of emergency, that we will just follow and mirror the state of New Jersey's stay home policy. As you know, Governor Murphy announced that all 64,000 state workers will be able to work from home. And we have the latest of technology to check in on our employees, but we feel that we still need to do our job for the taxpayers of Atlantic City, but at the same time, we need to show that the city of Atlantic City is taking this extremely serious, because the numbers that are growing are staggering. Though, as of this press conference, no confirmed case in Atlantic County or no confirmed case in Atlantic City. We've been hearing rumblings, but nothing is official until it's official. So we're going to do our part. And just because, as of this press conference, we don't have a confirmed case, doesn't mean that there are not people that are out there that are symptomatic and have it, but don't even know it. Because according to the research, it takes 10 to 14 days to, for the symptoms to come fully out. So that's what we're doing. We're being proactive, and we have a plan in place to have a half-day operation, and we also have a plan in place if this gets worse. However, we put the date April 20th. We reserve the right to amend that. If things get better and the CDC says that, we're getting a grip on this, we'll make the necessary adjustments on the fly. If it gets worse, we're prepared to deal with this long term. And I want to thank each of my department heads, directors, and staff. You guys have done a phenomenal job in this crisis, being diligent, and it's very important that we show solidarity. Also, for the taxpayers of the city of Atlantic City whose tax bills were due on May 1st, we're going to give you a 30-day extension. That item will be added to the city council agenda on Wednesday. So, in a normal circumstance, you have until May 10th, penalties and interest. We are waiving all penalties and interest, and you will have until June 1st, an extra 30 days, with that same 10-day extension to June 10th. And once again, we reserve the right to extend that as well. So that's the message to the taxpayers. All recreational activities will be canceled. The aquarium will be closed to the public. However, we will have staff on hand to make sure that we take care of the animals. Soldiers Home, all events are suspended until further notice. And Municipal Court, all of those activities per the Chief Justice, who already made that decision to suspend all municipal court matters. I just spoke to Tom Hannon, the Executive Director for the Atlantic City Housing Authority, and he assured me that all Housing Authority properties are equipped with the necessary hand sanitizer and all the tools to succeed to get the residents through that, because you know our senior population is the most at risk. Also, I'm going to be talking with Chief Evans and Del Finch after this meeting to come up with a plan. That way we can ensure that we do a thorough wellness check with all non-housing authority, that's N-O-N, not non-housing authority senior buildings, to check to make sure that they have things in place. In addition to our senior population who lives in homes, I'm sure that the good folks at the county government will continue to have the Meals on Wheels service. You can call City Hall if you need any type of an assistance. We also spoke to our good friends at Cedar Market. And Cedar Market is prepared to help out with food for the senior population and other resources that they've committed. And we've also been in touch with the Casino Association, who, as you know, had to make a difficult decision and close down the casino. So we're in touch with them to see what resources that we can get the residents of Atlantic City to get through the situation. I would encourage people to still take this as serious as possible. It's in everyone's best interest, and if we all follow the guidelines put in place by the governors, and we noticed earlier that the governor did talk about bars, restaurants, gyms, etc. Our police department and our staff will be on hand to enforce the governor's order as well. So we wanted to give an update for the city of Atlantic City, and also we wanted to make clear our employees who are salary and or hourly, you will be paid your full salary through this. This is something that no one could expect. Their salaries were in the budget. This is uncharted territory, and it's important that we show the leadership in coming out in front of this situation, but at the same time, be compassionate for our hardworking employees here at the city of Atlantic City. So at this time, I'll take any questions. Thank you. See, that's why we got people. Also, on Thursdays, 9 to 11 will be open to the public. And how it works, we will minimize the public's accessibility to the building. If they need to go to Vital Statistics, they can come to the front desk. Representatives from Vital Statistics will come out. If they need something from the clerk's office, the clerk will dispatch an employee downstairs. They will get the items answered, and we will go from there. So again, Monday through Thursday, the city of Atlantic City will be open from 8:30 to 12:30, but on Thursdays, and Thursdays only, 9 to 11, the public will have access to this building. And I'll open up questions for the meeting.
Any update on the Free Public Library? Will that remain closed?
Yes. And like I said, the city, we're going to be operating on those 4-day weeks until April 20th. And we are prepared if this thing gets worse, and we, in consultation with the governor's office, we're prepared to shut down the entire government operation and allow all our employees to work from home, mirroring the state's policy.
Just one more question. Do you have any update on the special election on the 31st?
Yes, as of this press conference, the election is still on, but I know that there's discussion for someone from the state to make a decision, but as of this press conference, the election is on.
Were you in consultation with the state in regard to closing the casinos and the hotels? And if so, could you walk us through the process and discussions on?
I'm not at liberty to divulge private conversations with state government, but as you know, we have many residents here, the city of Atlantic City, that as mayor, I'm responsible for the health, safety, and welfare, and discussions happen, and I'll just leave it at that.
And when it came to resources that you say will be available for the casino workers and hotel workers, what are some of the resources that are going to be available for them to help them out?
I mean, I'm sure that they will consult with their union and or property, and I guess that will be on a case-by-case basis. When I'm talking about resources, I'm talking about for our senior citizens who can't make it to the supermarket. I was just teasing my staff upstairs. It was a war zone in the supermarket on Saturday. So we're talking about resources to help the seniors get through this tough time. Any other questions? Seeing none, thank you all for coming. And City of Atlantic City employees, see you tomorrow morning at 8:30. Thank you.
Thank you for the song.